Namaskar. Welcome to MSBTE's e-content study at your doorstep. Under environmental studies, that is course code 22447, we are focusing on unit 5, that is manage social issues and environmental ethics as lifelong learnings. We are supposed to concentrate on unit outcome 5F, that is formal and non-formal education. This is about me. I am Dr. Ramesh Daryapurkar, CEO, Lars Enviro, Nagpur. I am an external course expert and represent industries. Now let's start with the agenda. Today we are going to cover environmental education, agenda, difference between formal and non-formal education, role of IT in environment and health. Let's look at the concept map. First we'll cover formal and informal education, and then we will switch over to role of IT in environment and health. Let's start with environmental education. To begin with, let's understand what are the objectives of environment education. Why should we get educated on environment? Basically, to improve the quality of environment and to create awareness among the people on environmental problems and conservation. And we should also be able to create an atmosphere so that people come together for decision making, they discuss amongst themselves and develop the capabilities to evaluate developmental programs. Why it is needed? See, man or humankind is a part and parcel of environment. And if we are part and parcel of environment, we must recognize the role and importance of the environment. In order to protect the environment or to get protected from environment, we must need environment education. So environmental education cannot be a short time affair. It has to be a long time, lifelong affair rather than a matter of formal schooling. Even at my age, environmental education would and should require. Now let's look at two types of environment education. One is formal education, another one is non-formal education. Formal means the one which is conducted within classroom. Non-formal means the one which is conducted outside the classroom. Routes are different, formats are different, but goals, objective and principles are same for both type of environment education. Now we deliberate on formal education. So it is given in schools and college, in universities, etc. It is limited to a specified period. If you are in school, it's about 3 or 5 years. It has a well-defined and systematic curriculum. It begins at primary school level, and the medium of imparting that education is through physical activities or field activities. So let's look at various stages of formal education. The one which is given at primary education or primary school level, the objective is to create awareness or to bring awareness. At secondary education level, it is more for understanding of the real life situation of environment. When you go for higher secondary stage, it is more about imparting skills to the student. And when you go to college or university, it is a problem solving capacity enhancement. Okay, so I'm just repeating: awareness, understanding, skill set, and problem solving ability. These are various stages of formal education. One must understand that environment education is an interdisciplinary subject of study. You don't need to be engineering or science or medical or physics or chemistry or commerce. Any person from any branch, any subject can go for environment education. Now we go to second part, non-formal education. So those who cannot get formal education, they can go for non-formal education by programs that fall outside the formal education system. So what is that? It is basically an experience-based education. So you solve a problem, you go for agitation. All of us knows that Bharat Bandh controversy in Nagpur, the road passing through Bharat Nagar, there were agitations, there were court cases, there were demonstrations, and those who participated, they got educated on this particular aspect, and also ways and means to protect environment. Now, how non-formal education is to be imparted. So it basically includes organizing of extracurricular activities like eco-development camps, posters, essay competitions, exhibitions, seminars, nature camps, nature club activities, audiovisual slides, mobile exhibitions, etc. Various NGOs and organizations, they can arrange environment education through art and crafts, folk dances, ballet and street plays. As you can see in the photograph, non-formal environment education is designed to be suitable for any age group. Different methods or approaches are followed, like forming groups, arranging exhibitions, public lectures, meetings, environmental campaigns. The type of it is an intentional education for the development of environmental concepts, skills, attitudes, and ethics. Now, let's look at this table. These are various ways for non-formal environment education: adult education, rural youth and non-student youth education, children activities, eco-development camps, NGO activities, foundation courses, centers of excellence can be instrumental in non-formal education, development of trained manpower, environment awareness campaign, and R&D programs. Now we have going to learn role of IT in environment and health. See, we and environment, they are closely interlinked. That is what we are seeing. Similarly, environment and our health, they are also interlinked. They, environment affect our health both positively and negatively. Hazardous chemicals, pathogenic bacteria, air pollution, they makes us ill and we are uncomfortable, isn't it? That's the negative effect. Smog and very high SPM in winter at Delhi is another example of negative effect on our health. But self-drinkable water, which protects us from many waterborne diseases, or fresh, clean air, green belt, they all brings positivity in us. That's the relation between environment and health. So, in short, they are both interlinked as far as human beings are concerned. Now, let's come to IT. We all know that IT has turned the world around due to spreading the knowledge in an ultra fast way. We are aware today about many environmental issues or concerns or threat to environment health, human health, only because of sudden growth of IT. So basically IT and environment and health, it is now interrelated, and that has been established by in nowadays. Now let's take few examples of role of IT in environment. You will not find this in textbook. I am covering it from my practical experience. GIS is a tool which map land use patterns, and that software document the changes by studying topo sheets taken on day 1 and say day 100 through satellite imagery. So any change in day 0 and say day 100, it is noticed by the software even without visiting the site. So one can know whether green belt has improved, increased, decreased, or encroached, whatever, without visiting the site. Now all effluent treatment plants and air pollution control system, they are required to have online monitoring system, and the output of these plants is directly fed to the CPCB or SPCB server or to their website through the internet. Now, pollution control boards, they can monitor all the operations of these treatment plants remotely without actually visiting the site. And now inspection has become officer independent. We can see air pollution real-time data on Shankarnagar Square. What is the SPM level now? Thanks to IT. Internet, which is a form of IT, has made our job extremely simple to collect, assimilate any data related to environmental issues or any information related to that. Now let's look at role of IT in health sector. Today is the pandemic era, and we are going through very difficult phase, Arogya Setu is an apt example of role of IT in health sector. IT is predicting what way the pandemic would spread, what would be the mortality rate, what would be the infection rate, uh, what would could be the possible mutation virus may have, and one can now understand fully the role of IT in health sector. It's very critical, and we have seen in recent days. Let's recapitulate what we have learned today. Environmental education and its objective. We have seen formal education and non-formal education. We have also seen various methods of non-formal education. We have seen the interrelationship between environment and health. And lastly, we had seen role of IT in environment and health. These are a few references which can give you deeper insight if you wish to have. The idea of this video was to explain the concepts and not so much about the details. I hope I am successful in that. If once you are educated, all of us must educate others on environmental protection. I'm very happy to quote this: education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare it for it today. Same is applicable for environment education. It is a passport to the future to create a safe environment for future generation. Thank you so much for patient